It's amazing. You could miss it, but it's all there in Daniel. 2 Hebrew words linked to the fourth creature. And we are living in it. Children are being indoctrinated into it. People who say this is crazy are being canceled. And it's very much like the Christians found themselves dealing with Rome. You know, when you look at the culture that persecuted Christians back, that the famous one is Rome. Also the culture that came against to destroy Israel, Rome. Well, this is where this world is going. Now, what does it tell us? Bringing it home. What does it tell us right now? There's much more to say. At another time, we'll go more into the mystery of this. But what does it reveal about our day? It's saying this culture, we've got this culture that seeks to oppose God more and more. But here it's described as a beast. A beast. The beasts have power. It says power was given to dominion for a time, but only for an appointed time. Its power is not legitimate before God if it goes against God, and in the end, its time will be over. So even though, take courage in this, even though you look at this world, you look at the culture, say, what is going on? This is crazy. How do I stand? Know that even though it looks strong, hold on. In the end, it is not as powerful as the Most High who deals with all the beasts. Do not be intimidated. Because it's like Daniel, and he was troubled by it, but all the first Christians dealt with it. The Jewish people, the first century, they dealt with it. And so now we're dealing with it. But don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated by the beast. Don't fear it. Don't bow your knee to a beast culture. You know, here, let me tell you something right now. I'm just throwing this in, not of those, and that is that. You have Messiah, and then you have the spirit of Messiah come into the world. Okay? Spirit of Christ is here. With the Antichrist, it's the reverse. Before he comes, the spirit of the Antichrist starts appearing. What all this is the spirit of the Antichrist. And that's why it's anti-Christian and anti-Jewish at the same time. Don't bow your knee to it. Don't be silent before it. Don't go along with it, because the power of anything that opposes, we're to be the greatest citizens. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, if it comes against God, that's where we have to draw the line and say, no. I am following God the Most High. You are not the Most High. I'm not going into this, but there was a thing on the web with a pastor in Canada when the police were coming in, and they said to interrupt his holiday services. He just said, get out. He's from Poland, so he lived undercover. He said, get out, and they did. Don't go along with it. Don't go along with the entertainment of the beast, the temptations of the beast. You are not of Hollywood. Hollywood should not be determining your thought life. We're going to talk on Sunday about overcoming your thought. But you are to have nothing to do with the beast. It's unclean. You are of something much greater. You are of the kingdom of the Most High God, which will stand and in the end will prevail over all. The beast makes war against the saints, the holy ones, but the saints still stand. They're the only ones standing against the beast. And by the power of one greater, it says by the power, not of the beast, by the power of the Lamb. Remember last week? The Lamb overcomes the beast. In the end, those are the ones who will be victorious. What does that tell you? It was all foretold thousands of years ago. God knew it, so don't panic. God's above it. There's nothing wrong with your television set. God is in control. God is on the throne. You are never to give in. You're never to surrender to darkness. Never hate people, but oppose the darkness. You are of the light, and the light is stronger in the end. You're the kingdom of the Almighty. You're of the Lamb. The Lamb overcomes the world. And so you who stand with him, you will likewise overcome the world if you live in the power of the Lamb. And listen, I'm going to close just by reading the closing words of the prophecy because it's so awesome. So listen to the end. This is how it ends. And as I looked, thrones were set in place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. And his clothing was as white as snow, and the hair of his head was white like wool. His throne was flaming with fire, and its wheels were all ablaze. A river of fire or light was flowing, coming out from before him, and thousands upon thousands were attending him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The court was seated, and the books were opened. Then I continued to watch. Because of the boastful words the horn was speaking, I kept looking until the beast was slain, and its body destroyed and thrown into the fire. And there before me was one like the Son of Man, coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence, and he was given authority, glory, and sovereign power. Of all nations and all peoples and every language worshipped him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will never pass away, and his kingdom is one that shall never be destroyed.